had a job that I was going to go into, an investment banking job. And if you'd asked me now, I would have never thought that I wouldn't be there and that I'd be 3.5 weeks into an intensive web development course. So I remember going back to uni after my third year and securing my job and realising that I was actually dreading going into my job. I wasn't excited about it. And I was trying to think about why that was. And I realised that the whole time over the years of school and university, I've been doing what I thought I should be doing rather than what I wanted to do. You know, my parents were telling me, you know, you need to work hard at school and go and get a successful high-paying job, and then you'll be fine. And that's what I've always just been doing. I've just been, you know, taking their advice, listening to them. But then I got this job and I wasn't happy. And so these reservations that I was feeling were combined with these chance meetings that I had with recent graduates who hadn't gone down a corporate route. So I started to meet people at different events, at conferences, who had straight out of uni either set up their own projects or who had, you know, started their own businesses or just done something different. And that really inspired me to think about what I wanted to do and how I could, you know, not follow the conventional route myself. And so, combined with that, I started to research into the tech entrepreneurship space. It was a very exciting space to be in. Lots of new ideas were coming out, and I knew that I had a passion to do things and create things through, you know, young enterprise experiences at school and setting up a publication with my friend at university. And so this is where I started to research. And I started to see that how central tech was to everything, following on from what Chloe has just said to you about how all the ideas and everything are being shaped around tech, and that was a very powerful space to be in. But at the time when I thought, you know, I wanted to go down an entrepreneurial route, and I realized that people were looking for tech co-founders, I thought, well, that could never be me, because, well, two reasons. One, I thought that if you were going to be decent at code in any shape or form, you had to have started from a really young age. Like, that was too late. I'm 20, I can't do it anymore. Like, that's good. But the second reason was that I also thought it was a very boring space to be in. I was under the impression that, you know, if you're the tech person, you're just sitting in a room all day behind your computer, coding away, and you don't really get out, you don't really see it, you don't really meet people, you don't pitch to people. And I wanted to be, you know, speaking to people, pitching ideas, that kind of thing. So, you know, I thought tech wasn't for me at all. But it turns out I was very wrong on both those fronts, as I discovered. So I first met Alice from Entrepreneur First and found out about Code First Girls and applied for that. So I thought that would just give me a basic understanding into coding, and then I can decide from there, you know, what I want to do with it. So I went on the Code First Girls program, and it was amazing. I learned so much there. It was just, so we did 2 nights a week in London for 2 hours, and we started with just a general sort of abstract overview of like what tech is in terms of understanding, you know, when we go on a web page, what is actually happening, how are computers built up, and then we got into more specific programs such as, there are things such as HTML and CSS. Sorry for anyone who already knows all this, but you know, that's kind of how you design a website and how it looks. And then we did more things such as Ruby, which is a sort of coding and really fashionable coding language at the moment, where you can add functionality and create applications. And so going away from that, so what Codefest gave me was this really great basic introduction overview of all of coding. And by the end of it, we were all able to produce basic applications. So I was able to implement an idea that I'd had while at university about a super curricular logbook for young people who are aspiring to top universities. And that showed to me and to all of the girls who'd done at Code First how powerful tech could be, that you can have an idea and from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your bedroom, you can implement something and push it online for other people to see. And so from that, really interested in coding, and found out about Makers Academy and applied and got a place here. And now I'm here, 3.5 weeks in, and Makers Academy is like an intensive boot camp, so very different to Code First, which is very casual, waking up twice a week. I'm here every day for 10 to 12 hours coding, cohort of about 20 of us, and every week we're going through a different topic. So it's similar to things that I got a basic overview at Code First. I'm now going to real depth, and we're doing different challenges every day. So the current project that I'm working on is I'm trying to build a program that solves Sudoku puzzles, and it's proving very tricky. But what's really interesting about tech, as I've found, is that it really gives you a new way to think about approaching problems. So, you know, you have this big problem that you look at holistically, but you really learn to break it down into small elements and think about how you're going to code that and use this new language that you're learning, and that's a really exciting challenge. But what else I found that coding has given me is that it's this power to be able to have ideas and to implement them yourself without having to rely on other people. So, for example, I mentioned that I started a publication with a friend in my second year at university. So we had this idea, and we knew we wanted it to be digital because that way it was going to save us money, and we could also push it out around the world. But then we got stuck because we were like, but how can we build this? And we couldn't. And we had to rely on a web development designer to build it for us, and we had to pay them. And when we wanted things updated and changed, we had to rely on them. We had to wait for them. They were free to do it. And this slowed us down. We couldn't move at the pace that we wanted to for our publication. But after done Code First, and now 3.5 weeks into Makers, I'm now in a position where I'm slowly starting to take control of our website, and we're able to make changes when we want to. And that's a really great skill to have. The thing is, there is actually like a lack of people in tech right now. There are around, in reports in Europe, around 700,000 jobs in the tech sector. Apart from that, all the people who want to start up, I don't know whether anyone here is actually looking for a technical co-founder. There are lots of people who are looking for technical co-founders. And when you come to somewhere, when you do in heads of course like Makers Academy, so that means that if I leave here and perhaps work in a startup or a tech company for a year or two, I will be hopefully in a position to be a tech co-founder. And so that's far away from what I thought about having to have started coding 10 years ago to be able to do anything meaningful. And also, in terms of anyone pulling on from what Chloe said, I did Code First with Chloe, and it's about, even if you're not going to be the technical co-founder and you choose to do something like Code First Girls, which gives you like a nice overview, you're given the skills, power to communicate with your tech team, because if you're going to want to start a tech business, if you don't have any technical know-how at all, or you're really uninformed about it, then you'll ultimately be, in a way, alienated from your company, and you can't contribute in quite the same way that your technical co-founders can do, and that's not a nice position to be in. You really want to be able to understand your company in and out and make meaningful contributions, and that's what knowing tech gives you. And the other thing is, it's another more practical side as well. It's another skill that you can perhaps freelance off of. So for someone like me who's interested in an entrepreneurial space, knowing how to code gives me a skill that I can earn money from the side, and gives me flexibility while working on other startup ideas, if there's ones I have. So what I would say is, if anyone's out there thinking that they want to learn to code, definitely come and speak to me about Code First Girls or Makers Academy. And I would say, whether you're just doing basic Code Academy classes, codeacademy.com, where you can do basic lessons online, or you're going for Makers Academy, definitely learn to do some code, because as Chloe said, the way the world's going, it's so digital, and you just give yourself so much capital to play with in the digital space, in the entrepreneurial space, and you've really got nothing to lose. And you may find you love it, and then just become a web developer for the rest of your life. So that's it from me. Come speak to me about any coding if you're thinking about getting into it. And I'm just going to pass over to Magda from Geek Girl London, who's going to speak to you about their community and what they're doing over the next year. Thank you.
I'm going to be super short because I'm sure we've been buying out the drinks and some crisps. So my name is Magdalena. I am the co-organizer of Geek Girl Meetup. Have anyone in here heard about Geek Girl Meetup? Yeah, there's a few. Good. So Geek Girl Meetup aims to create more female role models, because unlike today, the tech scene is not packed with girls taking the stage, bragging about their skills and their expertise. So what we try to do, we set up, at the moment we are focusing on breakfast meetups, and we do unconferences where we have only female speakers sharing their knowledge, their skills, their experience about startups, their experience about working in agencies, their experience working with anything in the digital space. So we actually had a planning breakfast this morning, and our next breakfast is on the 20th of November, and we will have a unconference next year in the end of February, and one in Oxford in May, hopefully. So if you have any questions about Geek Girl and what we do, and if you're interested in web code and startups, then please visit our website. That's actually down at the moment. we've tried to transfer it to our new website, which has caused a little bit of problems, but we have people working on it. So, any questions? Come speak to me. I guess I should also wave that I also, in my day job, I work as the community manager / operations manager for Capital List, which is supporting startups through the investment process. We're an online platform that we see ourselves as London's funnel to raising capital. So I meet a lot of startups and try to take them through the process and connect them with the right investors when they're ready. So if you're a startup and you're looking for investment, I'm pretty good to speak to. So yeah, that's it for me.